Please rise while the colors are posted.
Read. Halt. Right face. Poke. Collar.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for our opening prayer in a moment of silence for 9/11. Joel Abelov will lead us in prayer.
Almighty God, you who are the source of our life, strength, and purpose, in your presence alone we find help, hope, and life. Guide us during this hour of fellowship and reflection to be grounded with a healing reminder of your love to all whose lives we touch this day. For it is in your glory we gather and offer our prayers. Amen. Amen.
Please be seated. Good morning. I'm Peter K. Goebel. I'm the director of the Rensselaer County Veterans Service Agency. We've gathered here this morning to honor a deceased Rensselaer County veteran for the month of September, and that veteran is Thomas E. Hendry, Jr. We are honored to have with us this morning his family members, his daughter, Carol Dwyer, his daughter, Sarah Ryan, son, Thomas C. Hendry, granddaughter, Rachel Mousseau, grandson-in-law, Sean Mousseau, grandson, Shane Hendry, granddaughter, Mary Barrett, great-granddaughter, Vivian Mousseau, great-granddaughter, Natalie Barrett, friend, Victor Bruno, friend, Ashley Bombard, friend, Lynn Roche, friend, Kristen Bertrand, and friend, Dr. Chris Hessick. Good morning. Thank you for being here. Also with us today to honor our Veteran of the Month are Congressman Paul Tonko, Congressman John Faso, former Congressman Michael McNulty, New York State Senator Kathleen Marchione, New York State Assemblyman Jake Ashby, Rensselaer County Executive Steve McLaughlin, Rensselaer County Legislative Chairman Mike Stammel, Rensselaer County Legislative Vice Chairman for Finance Robert Loveridge, Rensselaer County Legislative Majority Leader and Chairman of the Legislative Veterans Committee Kenneth Harrington, Rensselaer County District Attorney Joel Abelov, and from the Watervliet Arsenal, Mr. Matt Day. We also have legislators Tom Grant, Mark Fleming, and Dan Cassell. As we are all well aware, Memorial Day and Veterans Day are special days to remember all of our veterans. This program was created to help us honor our veterans all year round. To us here in Rensselaer County, every day is Veterans Day. The Rensselaer County Honor a Deceased Veteran program represents veterans organizations throughout the entire county. This includes members of the American Legion, Disabled American Veterans, Veterans of Lansingburg, Military Order of the Purple Heart, Marine Corps League, Veterans of Foreign Wars, Korean War Veterans, Tri-County Council of Vietnam-era Veterans, County Legislative Chairman, to come forward to tell us about our honored veteran for the month of September, Thomas E. Hendry, Jr.
Thank you, Peter. I would also like to say welcome to the Hendry family, our veterans, our elected officials, and the guests that are here today. This month we are honoring Thomas E. Hendry, Jr. of Troy. Thomas Hendry was born on August 31st, 1923 in Troy, New York, to the late Thomas E. Hendry and Bessie E. Hendry Kerr. Thomas was a lifelong resident of Troy. He attended the Troy Public Schools and was a graduate of Troy High School. Shortly after graduating high school, Thomas enlisted in the United States Army on August 7, 1943. During World War II, Private Hendry arrived at the European Theater of Action on March 1, 1944, where he was a rifleman and a mortar gunner. Thomas was later promoted to corporal, serving with the 3rd Army Troop A of the 15th Cavalry, Renaissance Squad. Thomas was in charge of the mortar crew of 3 enlisted men, providing firepower for cavalry and infantry units. The Army used their superior artillery firepower to overcome the enemy rather than engage in hand-to-hand combat. And in strategy, allowed the Corporal Hendry to assist in the capture of several enemy positions and personnel. On August 7, 1944, American troops had arrived in Brest, France, where they eventually surrounded and stormed the city. American troops went house to house during the intense battle that lasted for days. On August 23, 1944, during the Battle of Brest in France, Thomas was wounded and awarded the Purple Heart. Thomas was also a proud recipient of the Bronze Star, the American Theater Ribbon, the European African Middle Eastern Theater Ribbon, the Good Conduct Ribbon, and the World II Victory Ribbon. Thomas was honorably discharged on September 10, 1947. After his honorable discharge from the United States Army, Thomas returned to civilian life and continued his education, receiving his Bachelor of Science degree in social work from Springfield College in 1952. On May 1, 1953, Thomas married Helen Filkin in Troy, New York. Together they had 3 children, 2 daughters, Carol and Sarah, and a son, Thomas E. Hendry, who I may say is an honorable county employee himself for many, many years. Thomas supported his family through his employment with the Rensselaer County Department of Social Service as a social worker and later as deputy commissioner for 37 years, retiring in the spring of 1989. In his spare time, Thomas enjoyed reading sports and church activities, coaching youth activities, Little League, Babe Ruth, baseball, basketball, and spending time with his family. Thomas was a member of the Disabled American Veterans and Memorial United Methodist Church in Troy, where he served as a chairman and a trustee for over 20 years. Thomas Hendry led his life full of public service, from his distinguished military career to his time right here in county government, and later into his retirement. It is the tradition of that family, and members carried on as well. Today we are honored and grateful that the family has allowed us to recognize and service to his country, and to his county and his country, and to the community. Thank you to the Hendry family. Thank you.
I will now ask Congressman Paul Tonko to come forward.
Thank you, Peter. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. What a cherished honor it is to be able to join monthly with the members of the Rensselaer County Legislature, with the county exec, and my colleagues in government, to be able to salute those who have preceded us, who have defended our democracy, who have, in a selfless manner, with deeply rooted patriotism, donned the uniform and entered into the military so that we can continue to live free. And so it's an honor to be here with you, Carol and Sarah and Tom, as we honor your dad and all of the family as you gather, including those 2 little great-granddaughters. It's just great to see the family tree that has been produced after he